Hey everybody, it's Paula here from the Excel Club and welcome to another week's Excel Curation Corner. This week I have another special guest with me, and the guest that I have is somebody you probably already are familiar with. He worked closely with me when we were doing the Excel by the Experts charity course. It's Alan Murray from Computer Gaga. How you doing, Alan? How are you?
Yeah, doing good, thanks, Paula.
Good,
Yourself?
good. What have you been up to since we've done the charity course, Alan?
Yeah, lots. I think, was that April time, was it?
Yeah, it's been a while now.
So yeah, busy. Lots of training. Obviously, primarily online for reasons we know. But yeah, keeping busy. Doing what I do, talking about Excel, talking about Power BI.
How's the website going?
Yeah, website's slowly going. So
the YouTube channel, you hit 60,000 subscribers in the last couple of months.
I did, yeah. I think I'm on 62,000 or something now.
That's nice.
Slowly going along. Haven't been too active on YouTube last few months because I've been involved in other projects and trying to improve my website and other things going on. But I'll pay it more attention now.
You also won an MVP award in the last few months too, Alan.
I did indeed, yes. I forget about that. I prefer to talk about my blog and stuff. I think that was June, wasn't it?
That was June, and there wasn't too much promotion from you about it. You didn't do too much shouting from the stars about it at all, Alan.
No, it's not my game.
So I'll just embarrass you here.
Yes, I'll just crack on talking about stuff, involving myself with all the Excel peeps like yourself.
You've been at quite a lot of the meetups, and you're also running a meetup, yeah?
Yeah. So London Excel meetup is bi-weekly at the moment.
If you go now Wednesday today, there is a meetup.
Yeah, Wednesday this week. So Wednesday the 30th, 6 o'clock UK time.
I'll drop a link below the video if anybody wants to check that out. I'll probably hop in as well. Who's going to be talking at that one?
That is Abiola David.
What's the topic?
On modern Excel features and pivot table tips.
Cool. Well, what we'll do is we'll drop a link in. Pivot tables are awesome. So we'll drop a link below this video and everybody can hop over to the meetup if you are free this evening when the meetup is on. So Alan, you've went and searched for some great Excel content that you have to share with us.
I did indeed.
You did indeed. I have also searched. So between the two of us, we have 6 pieces of content that we're going to share. I will share first, and then Alan, you can go ahead and share, and we'll just alternate between the two of us.
Sure.
You're good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first post I'm going to share is a post that I found on the Institute of Chartered Accountants England and Wales community blog. This is a post by Simon Hurst, and it's when is a spreadsheet error not a spreadsheet error? Lazy journalism or SEP field. Now, I found this article really refreshing. It goes through the fact that spreadsheet errors cause a lot of problems, but quite often human error are more of a factor than actual problems with the spreadsheets themselves. Now, in this article, Simon picks an example of a media release, a recent news release that had the headline "Spreadsheet errors led to Edinburgh Hospital opening delay." And the fact of the matter is, it wasn't really a spreadsheet problem that caused this error, it was human error. Now, there's a fine line between both of them, but spreadsheets are always given the rough end of the stick when it comes to something like this. So this was a really refreshing article to read by Simon, and I'll drop a link below the video so you can hop over and have a look. Alan, do you want to share your first?
Yeah, of course. My first one is from the Excel Off the Grid blog by Mark Proctor, and it's about combining multiple tables in a pivot table. And I like this post because it provides the file to download and follow along, and it's nicely written. And I like the fact that it's an introduction to Power Pivot without using the words power pivot. Doesn't use that until the last paragraph. So it kind of gets people creating relationships between tables, putting it into a pivot table, and then kind of at the end says, you know, you've just been doing power pivot, you didn't realize that, like, here's your next step kind of thing. So I think it's great for beginners to that kind of world who are maybe only done some basic pivots before and have never thought about using that button on the data tab to create relationships.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like how pivot tables, and the word pivot tables isn't used earlier on, and because there is that element of fear and shock with people when it comes to the transition, and this just makes it nice and easy. Nice find.
Thank you.
Okay, what I'm going to share next is something a little bit different. It is a video from Robert Kosara, and it's on chart appreciation. Now, this video is the first in a series of videos that he's going to be doing on data visualizations and appreciating different charts that have been produced by different people in the past. Now, I am a numbers person, but working in Excel over the last few years has been able to work with huge more amounts of data, and poring over these tables of data just isn't the way to go anymore. People need to be able to create visualizations. But when you're a numbers person, this design skill can slightly be lacking. I know it's definitely lacking a little bit for me. So finding things like this are little just golden nuggets that help point in the right direction. And I thought a few of you might just also enjoy that. So again, I will put a link below the video to that video by Robert. What have you got next for us, Alan?
Next up, I have a blog post by Perna at chandu.org on creating a 2-level data validation list. And I've picked this because I like it. It's something different. So he mentions himself, which is not unusual for him, that it's super fun and all of this stuff. And it's something a little bit different that, you know, most people are not necessarily going to need or anything, but it's a demonstration of, you know, a bit of data validation, bit of formulas. It uses the filter function, which always gets my blood flowing. Bit of pivot table. There's a few bits of everything just to achieve a goal, you know. Yeah, and I like stuff like that. You know, it's not like you're learning something that everyone's going to put into practice straight away, but it's a little recipe of different Excel things that is an interesting read. And yeah, and it mentions whipped cream, so I was seduced at that point.
He won you over with whipped cream. Nice. Not too well done, you. Okay, well, the next post I have to share it's on a different topic, but I picked it for similar reasons to what you picked, and it's the mix match of how you come up with a solution for doing something in Excel. And there's always so many different ways of doing things, and it's quite interesting to see other people's thought processes and how they lay out how they're going to get to an end goal. This blog post I have here is from WMF Excel, and it is sum the last X non-blank values in a column in Excel. Now, this goes through his own unique way of how he would go ahead and find the last 5 non-blanks and add up the last 5 non-blanks. And he uses tables, and there was one really great little trick in here that I seen, and that was on using the absolute references in structural referencing formulas. So if you're using tables and you need to lock in the cell references, there's a great little tip in there for that. So again, like how Alan picked the last post, I just found this really useful in understanding somebody else's thought process and seeing different ways that different things can be put together in Excel to come to an end result. And that's the last one I have to share. Alan, what is your last one?
My last one is going over to the tech community at Microsoft.com, and an article by Prash, one of the program managers, on some of the recent improvements in Excel. Now, there's been a little bit of news the last few weeks, what with Ignite and some of the various updates going on. And yeah, it's always good to kind of keep this stuff in mind, keep it fresh. So this is some kind of official documentation, along with a YouTube channel, which includes Charles Williams, UK Excel MVP, and they demonstrate a few things, but primarily the aggregation functions such as sum ifs, count ifs, etc., and how they've improved their performance, really with some trickery in the background. And they demonstrate that they're a lot more efficient than they were. And there's various other improvements, but I think that's the key thing for your general Excel user.
I read that article myself, so I did. Yeah, as I was mentioning about working with data earlier on and larger sets of data for visualizations, the same sort of thing here, because there's larger sets of data now being worked in Excel than ever before. Having these efficiency changes, I think, are going to definitely be a game changer for some people that are working with the larger sets of data. So I think that's all the posts we have to share, Alan. Have you anything? That's it?
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, Paula.
Great. Well, Alan, look, thanks very much for coming on. I know it takes a bit of work to find these golden nuggets of content that we can share with people. So thank you very much. Now it is over to all of you. What piece of content this week did you find most useful? Is it something that one of us have just shared with you, or is it something that you have found yourself? Please do drop it in the comments below. To all of the creators that were curated today, I'm going to send on some BAT tips. I had been trying to send some Hive tips, but that just isn't working properly at the moment. But the BAT tips are, and I'm sending on BAT tips. If you want to pick them up, you'll find a link to a video below this explaining all of that to you. So until next week, Alan, thank you very much for joining us. And to everybody else, goodbye now.